close it back.
So here's the guys at Hasbro cosplaying with their own product over here.
Playing with their own toys?
Yeah, playing with their. So this is like an open Q&A, right? Just ask questions.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to vote.
Too early.
So we're gonna try to get a one-on-one with Dwight over here if we have time, but otherwise we'll just stand here amongst the whole.
So what else? Can you lift the basements? I can't lift this one up.
Okay.
Downstairs we'll have the one that you can lift off. This one's actually glued down permanently. What's the price point? Fall off. Estimated retail is $99. So yeah, all this stuff is available nationally. A1. And the pre-orders are just starting at certain retailers. So these pre-orders started today at Amazon, and then the figures, and I have it written down so that you add the detail. Right? Each figure is going to be at a different retailer to start for pre-order. And like I said, it's not live today, but it will be coming soon. So Spider-Man is going to be at Walmart pre-order coming soon. Iron Man at Target, and Cap at But eventually they're all carrying all of it.
They're just being staggered at the different.
Yeah, exactly. The pre-order is being staggered, but once A1 hits, it's pretty open game. Anyone that has the shelves has the opportunity.
Can I ask you a question, Dwight?
We've got a lot of
Whose side are you on?
successful selling.
Whose side?
Whose side would I be on?
Yeah.
I think I would have to be on Wolverine's side.
Wolverine.
No, I'd go. I think I'd go with Cap.
Cap?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Cool.
He's very handsome.
And you can relate to that? You consider yourself handsome as well?
Not in the least.
Are Hugh Jackman handsome?
I was lucky enough that my wife did.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Which Marvel Legend are you most excited for as far as what you showed us today? Yeah.
I think both the Punisher and the
Punisher
Scarlet Witch are really amazing. I have a production Punisher downstairs that I'll show you guys. We're trying to really up the ante on the deco, and it's a factory piece, the first early samples, but the deco on how they were recreating Tony's masterpiece into the mass production is better than anything we've accomplished to this day, so we're really excited about it.
Excellent. And do we see double jointed elbows on Scarlet Witch? I've been bugging you about double jointed elbows, right?
Double jointed elbows are
on the female figures.
Not on Scarlet Witch.
Are you going to bring those back at any point? Double jointed elbows?
You never know.
All
Will
right.
the ankles be better than Sharon Carter's?
She has, I mean, she does have a heel to her boot, so it does have, there are some limits that we,
Sharon Carter's a little hard to pose.
Yeah, the high heels, the higher heels are difficult to get the figures to stand. Marvel's a real stickler for authentic recreation of the characters, so if they have a boot, if they have a heel, we have to, we want to try to recreate that as best as possible. I do realize that makes it a little bit more challenging for standing on your shelves. They're not, I don't know if they're much higher or less high than Agent 13's, but she does have a heel to her boot.
Are we going to see a lot more accessories? I see with like Spider-Man and all the other stuff, kind of moving towards like import figures, but not, still keeping the price point, but with the extra accessories.
We definitely are inspired by, what else is out there in the world, whether it's something that an internal team member comes up with, or something we see, or something that we hear from, the boards when like Steve said, Steve checks your guys' sites, religiously. We do as well. We have, Bobby, Tony, myself, Rob, on all of our different disciplines are super fans, as well as, just part of the team. So
even ShartimusPrime? You watch ShartimusPrime too?
On MarvelousNews.com.
Oh, that's how you don't watch it through your YouTube channel. You just
what's YouTube?
It's this new website that just started, and as far as those accessories go, do you think we'll get interchangeable hands for female figures too? Especially Scarlet Witch would be really cool to have.
Rogue has an alternate hand.
Ooh,
so
nice.
You can have her ungloved hand, so she can,
nice.
So she can, suck the life out of whatever she wants to.
Nice.
Vampire-like powers.
Yeah.
With the new X-Men wave that's coming up, we're seeing Deadpool, we're seeing Cable. Is there a chance maybe we might be able to see like a classic X-Force
set?
Set down the road?
I think if the demand is there, if the opportunity is there, I don't see why not. I'd love to do
classic X-Force, X-Factor.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to do that stuff. It's easier for us to lean into the X-Men because Fox does promote a lot of their movies. The X Factors, and I know there's a lot of rumors about an X-Force movie. I don't know if that's real or if that's confirmed.
Now that you have Havoc, from the classic.
Yeah.
And is that within your reach of doing? I know with certain rights and stuff.
Certainly. We stray away from the movie versions of the figures because they don't have as much mass appeal. So we do the comic versions. But certainly the movies coming out drive sales. We need to build this, and then we'll keep them on the marketplace.
Yes.
So in a movie year, it makes sense to do an X-Men thing. And that's why you're seeing that. And that's another second half of the year wait as well. We're trying to spread the legends over the year a little bit more.
That's why we held back things like the Build-A-Figure, and there's another character in the wave that we didn't reveal today as well. So just to keep a few things back for throughout the we have the Pulse, we have this event, we have the Comic-Cons. There's a lot of opportunities for us now to get out there and give you guys updates.
Which is talk to us until.
So are there box sets that we might not have seen?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we we didn't even begin to discuss in the works.
I love the added articulation in the figures. I think the articulation has been really good lately, and I noticed that on the newer Mockingbird figure we have a disc hinge in the neck, but the hair is so stiff that she can't look up. Is there any kind of research or any kind of desire to use more pliable yet durable material for hair on these figures so that they can look up?
Sure. We've added, while I haven't given you your double elbows on everything, we do know that those extra points are important to a lot of the fans. So a character like Mockingbird has the neck disc as a futuristic, what have you. If there's an opportunity to reuse her, if there's a girl with, this doesn't make sense, but if you were going to do Daisy or Maria Hill, and you would put that head on a body like that in the future, it would be able to work. We've looked at some of the softer plastics. When you go too soft, you risk tear. And even with the softer plastics, they want to return to their natural. So even if you posed them looking up, it would just go back, even if it was softer. That's just
So you'd have to do a separate head sculpt with the hair sculpted in a way where you can lean it all the way back. I want 25 cents for each figure you sell when that finally happens. Okay. All right. Next question.
That's the price of all that beautiful, lady hair.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm a big fan of the prior universe, but now Marvel Legends on a smaller scale. Even the new ones, I picked up all the new 2-packs and love what you guys are doing with them, bringing the 2-packs with comics and everything. Articulation. We're missing some articulation that previously the older ones had, and now kind of moved away from. Is there a chance that maybe we see some of that, or is there a reason that like the ab crunch and certain torso articulation, and even the double elbows on those ones, it's not the double, it's the single. Is there a reason?
Yeah, why just the female figures are missing the double jointed elbows? That's the part I'm confused about. It's only the female ones, right?
On the
on the smaller ones.
Oh, on the smaller ones too. Oh, you're talking about the small. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we look at when we're trying to figure out what's the right item for the right price. It's a very balanced. It's a balanced and delicate equation that we're always, arguing and fighting over, just to try to make sure that we're delivering a product that we're proud of and that we hope that you guys will support and
we have to make hard decisions. That's the problem, and it's a bit of a Sophie's choice. It's like do we really want to go to a higher price point? We don't want to do that. We've seen price increases. It hurts the business when we do that. It didn't hurt us on Legends. That worked out fine. But in the 3 3/4, we feel like we have to hold to those price points. And you start tooling up new to do the doubles and the extra articulation, so pushing us over the edge. So, we're making. They're not all the perfect choices for every fan, but we're doing it to keep the line healthy so that we can keep it around.
You're just putting out more characters and stuff, so that is good.
Yeah, your character selection for 3 3/4 is on point.
Yeah, the character.
For that first wave.
Tell Bobby Bobby's downstairs. Tell him you see him downstairs. He's our 3 3/4 guy.
I picked those up this past week and they're great.
So has Hasbro are they kind of running a little bit low as far as the budget they're setting aside for 3 3/4 inch? Because when we talked to Bobby at San Diego Comic-Con, I was like, hey, use that Daredevil mold, with with the waist swivel, and it has all the double jointed whatever. So you already have that mold. Why aren't you just reusing that over and over again? It's like free. You already have the tooling for that.
Well,
and his explanation was it's not free. It's still expensive to produce figures with a lot of articulation, even though you already have the tooling for it. Which makes me think that since you've released a lot of figures with that mold before, that Hasbro's kind of allotting a little bit less money towards Marvel Universe. Is that so? It looks like it.
No. It's you know, there's a creep in development of product. While we have created multiple things over the course of our tenure working on this stuff, some of those Daredevils that we made 2 or 3 years ago, tooling no longer is something that matters for that body. But there's labor, there's plastic cost, you know, there's lots of there's lots and lots and lots.
A lot of moving parts.
Lots of moving parts.
Pretty complicated matrix, actually, believe it or not, for toys.
But you did re-release the new, in the recent wave, the Spider-Man. You re-released the old Spider-Man, which has all the articulation, same thing as the Daredevil.
It's a balance. We can throw something here, we got to pull something over here. So that's why, you know, you'll see those things mixed in and out. You know, they're not
across the year.
Yeah, they're not gone. You know, you know, when we can get the right wave balanced out, you know, you'll see those things, you know, and like you said, they'll come back in, they'll move around, and you know, they'll be seen, you know, and there's not a one fits all strategy for this stuff.
Exactly.
And going back to tooling and re-releases of characters and stuff like that, is there any chance at all we might get a re-release of the Big Time Spider-Man? And if you do so, would you please label it as the Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, but make it incredibly awesome? It's just a personal request. You're going to do it. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Thank you.
Everything under advisement.
Noted.
Yeah, we'll take everything under advisement.
Noted, my arch nemesis.
Yes, noted. Yes. The color choice for the weapons that come with the Marvel Legends figures have been a little bit wacky. I noticed, like with the Demolition Man or the Scourge figure, you had the throwback to D-Man with the brown and yellow, which is like a fairly reasonable excuse for using weird colors. But the weird, you know, designs for weapons has kind of gone rampant now. It's like nobody's gonna have like real gun. Well, the Punisher, the Nuke, the weapon that Nuke had looked strange, right? It looked like a weird made-up bazooka thing.
First for the AIM soldiers.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so is that something that Disney is pushing on you guys to do, to stay away from realistic weapons?
So the reality is, these are sold in toy aisles. Frequented by kids, and we have to believe that much of the growth of our Legends isn't just attributed to the core fan toy collector. We're getting a wider range. We're getting regular everyday dads.
That's been like that the whole time, though. Kids have been buying
the
them.
growth we're hitting more because we're in toy aisles. We do play a little conservative. We're Hasbro, a big family company, and we work with Disney, a big family company. We do try to play conservative on the realistic weaponry.
Yeah. So you're just
can err on the side of alien blasters and stuff. It's you know, that stuff's just as legitimate to the lore as, you know, modern realistic weaponry. So you know, if we can mix and match, and we do still mix and match. You know, it's you know, there's a balance. You know, we want to be respectful to the character and to the fandom that will be attracted by that character, you know. So Punisher has a big old bazooka, you know, and things like that are, you know, realistic. But then, you know, other characters have lots of sci-fi blasters and, you know.
Deadpool has a couple fun things downstairs.
Yeah.
So are Deadpool's weapons, what color are Deadpool's weapons?
Deadpool has a bazooka that fires a boxing glove. He's got...
That's a lie.
That's a lie?
Is it really a lie?
Are you challenging me in this forum?
Yeah, I know, publicly.
Does he have a rubber chicken?
Does he have a rubber chicken? Yeah. Are you serious? He shoots a boxing glove?
Deadly serious.
That's kind of awesome.
I think
it's kind of awesome.
I want him to have an actual gun, but does he come with an actual
Would you be
gun?
happy if I told you that the boxing glove can pop off the end? And then you can have a regular bazooka.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. All right.
We can make everybody get along.
All right.
I kind of like the boxing.
What's that?
Oh, does it go with that Deadpool?
Which one?
The the figure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hints for Comic-Con.
Hints for Comic-Con exclusives.
None.
Oh man.
Okay, let me start you off.
Is it going to be easy to ship? How about that?
Hints. We have 2.
Okay. There you go. Wow.
Ooh.
I didn't even ask for approval to say that.
Well, can you tell us how big
Last
Doctor
year,
Strange
Strange
will be?
Yeah, how big are the boxes?
Doctor Strange movie is this year.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
How- what was that?
The
box like this big
Next
or
year for this
this
year?
big?
regular
The
shape.
box is large enough to fit the product that goes inside.
It's too fun.
It's a good choice.
It's pretty smart.
So with those new 12-inch figures coming out, does that mean we're going to possibly get less larger Build-A-Figures for the Legends line?
No, they're totally separate.
Okay, so it's not going to affect it in any way? And is there any chance that our Legends line Build-A-Figures will get even bigger, or is it going to stick around that scale that we're looking at right now?
It's going. It'll have to stay around that scale as long as
Fit
we
'em in the box.
Yeah, as long as we stay with the current evolution of the packaging, you know, that we have.
Hulkbuster was really hard. Yeah,
So it wouldn't
was
get
an
bigger than that.
nightmare to fit all those pieces in that package. You saw how everything's kind of convoluted, and that was one of our more difficult ones.
Yeah, that's one of the sacrifices that we make, even if we're not happy about it. It's like we wanted to give you guys an awesome Hulkbuster, but we weren't happy with how that looked on shelf. The figures were all crammed over the side. It was, we wanted to look as premium in both, on shelf as well as your shelves at home. So it's like that one, and that one was one that we had to give up the on shelf presence we've sacrificed for the Build-A-Figure to make the Hulkbuster the size that he demanded for that character.
But it still did well, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good numbers on that one. Sweet.
Yeah, no, there's no, like, with all of it, there's no one way for any of this stuff. You'll be seeing multiple Build-A-Figures coming in the next year. I believe every wave that we have in development still contains a Build-A-Figure, and they vary in different, different scales of sizes.
We heard loud and clear that was important, especially important for anyone who sells online. Case pack figures, so they have to split and break them apart, and then it ends up with onesie twosies.
We're always, we're always trying to find out, what's next, right? Does Build-A-Figure last till the end of this line, or are there other places for us to explore? You guys tell us what you guys want. Would you rather have a Build-A-Figure, or would you like to have a character that comes with, an entire armory? And it's a character by character specific thing, right? Would you rather have a Punisher with no a wave with no Build-A-Figure? Would you get Punisher with an arsenal, Deadpool with an arsenal, Scarlet Witch with a half dozen magic effects? You guys tell us.
Speaking of that, with the Nick Fury that's coming out with the swappable heads,
Yes.
you had said army builder.
Yes.
Is there a chance that we could see army builder packs, Hydra, Shield, some of the ninja?
It's tough. It's tough. It's super niche.
Yeah.
It's super niche. And,
You'd rather put it out as a single.
Yeah.
Give us the opportunity.
Those are scary, honestly. We know that there is a chunk of hardcore fans that would love to have, a dozen Shield agents, or 100 multiple men. There are some of you out there that would buy that.
I may have brought 20 Hydra figures.
So we do know that you guys exist. It's just, items are precious to us, and if we have one that's amiss,
it's a wasted opportunity.
It's a wasted opportunity. So
Yeah.
we're having so much
And
success.
they're pricey. As you know, they're pricey. So it limits your audience.
Like an exclusive, like the Guardians of the Galaxy set.
Right.
So it's a limited run, or
Yeah.
still out there.
Yeah. Yep.
I love the effects we're getting. Like, that's an awesome move. I think, like, the effects that we saw for Havoc were great. We already had awesome effects with Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, and then you've added them for Iron Man. You're going to keep exploring that even more? Is it going to keep going?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Cool.
when the character's right, that we can use those types of things, we're going to.
Nice.
I love that was something that we started doing maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Yep.
Yeah, it's recent.
We just like, these characters do so much more
Yeah.
than just sit there on their shelves, and we wanted to give you guys more pieces to play with. Whether you're a diorama builder, or you just have that one beautiful shelf, or you just have that one signature character.
Would you say the adult audience has been growing? Like, do you see more and more adult collectors? I know you mentioned a lot more children buying,
So
but what about the
I
adult?
get-
Like, how do you track
So I
that?
think we use different terminology, right? I think what we're seeing is that fandom for these properties are enlarging. right? Fans cover kids who are fans and adults who are fans, but within the adult environment, I think you have kind of a hardcore community, which you guys are a part of, toy action figure collectors, sometimes specific to property, sometimes specific to scale, but you've got more casual fans that are entering into this environment, inspired by the movies primarily, right? They're falling in love with the films. They go to the shelf and they see they want to buy the cool version of Iron Man, the $20 version, or they themselves want something to put on their desk. So they might not be buying people. Right? They might buy a wave and they might buy a couple figures. Unlike folks like yourselves and others that buy everything, we hope. So it's a different type of consumer, and everyone enters in a different way and expresses their fandom in a different way.
How do you guys know how old your customers are?
We talk to them. We do a lot of research. We just got done with a huge research study. We talk to a few focus group interviews. We do some online surveys. We go out into the wild and hang out at Comic-Cons and see who's showing up. We sometimes even, uncomfortably intercept people in stores. So, I spend a heck of a lot of time at shelves watching what's happening, and I talk to people.
Hey, Billy, want a toy?
I talk to parents, escort. But no, there's a lot of ways to get information.
We got a new body boy buck or whatever the heck that was. What was it? Your boy body buck?
You guys weren't allowed to record during that, so I'm not worried.
But you hit on a point, and that is the market for these premium figures is clearly evolving. You can see if you look across Hasbro, whether it's in Transformers, in Star Wars, in Marvel, My Little Pony, we're starting to sell more premium offerings. They're becoming physically, the size of the lines, the amount of space in the shelves that these take up is bigger because they're delivering, which I think is great. It should be great for any fan because it just allows us to pump more into the marketplace. I mean, our figure counts year over year have constantly, when you take them in sum total across all the brands, so have increased massively at Hasbro, which is a blast, right? That's where we get to do the super fun stuff that all the fanboys that work within Hasbro get to do, and then we get to do ludicrous things like this, which was 3 years ago we weren't even doing that, right? So the business has taken a positive trajectory as well. It helps that Marvel keeps nailing almost every single film, right? Every time one comes out, it just shocks and awes audiences, which is super cool.
If these do well, will they possibly be expanded into your other licenses?
Well, we already make premium lightsabers.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
have been for many years.
Effects,
So
they're very popular.
that's very strong, and we were certainly.
I think they have them at the costume exhibit.
Yeah, we have been inspired by them for years, and just haven't. We were waiting for the right time.
So you guys are doing premium, like lightsabers, props. When do you get like premium figures that are on par with like the Japanese stuff?
I don't know. We talked about it. We have talked about that. When is the market ripe in the rest of the world? Because that's a very market specific thing. Right. So Japan, parts of China. We're a global company, globally minded. We want to make sure when we do something, it's going to have a place for all the markets, and
we want to make sure that we're not going to cannibalize the other pieces of the portfolio as well.
Exactly. And I think our big step is what we're doing for global this year. That's another big movement towards something we haven't done before. Basically taking 6-inch Legends quality and delivering it at a 12-inch scale, which allows the sculpts to be even better. The bigger you get, the more detailed you can get in the sculpt. And when you see the Captain America downstairs, you see what I'm talking about. I think it's an awesome thing. Yeah.
So I want to take this opportunity.